I just wanted to talk today about my running shoe brand of the year and some real standout shoes from this brand and some amazing deals that are going on right now. You can see there's a lot of the three stripes behind me, so that kind of gives it away right at the beginning here. Adidas is or Adidas, as the Germans say it, is my running shoe brand of the year. Interestingly, I had never run in an Adidas or Adidas shoe prior to the end of last year. The Takumi Sen 8 was the first shoe that I ever got from them. That's this one right here. This is probably my favorite tempo shoe that I've ever used. I'm still using it right now. I've got about 90 miles on it now. Just a really lightweight shoe, very thin upper, very breathable, very snappy, very fast. Has the Lightstrike Pro, but not a huge stack of it. So it gives you a little bit of squish and a nice bounce, but it's not too stiff. It really just lets you kind of fly across the ground. This shoe is $180 new. It's really designed for 5Ks and 10Ks, so sometimes people could say, you know what, that's a little bit too much for a specific 10K shoe or a 5K shoe, $180. However, it is cheaper than most of the carbon plate racing shoes that are in the 200s. But right now, the Takumi Sen 8 is on sale for $90 on Adidas's website. So it's half price, less than $100. This is the best shoe you will ever buy for less than $100. If you can go on there, find it in your size and a colorway that you like, you will not be disappointed. For less than $100, best shoe of all time, basically. So that's the Takumi Sen. Then we have the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 3. Lots of long names with these Adizeros in there. This is my favorite marathon shoe that I've ever tried. A lot more of that Lightstrike Pro. This one has the carbon rods instead of the plastic rods like in the Sen. Wider forefoot, nice Continental rubber, very grippy, very stable, very fast. I recently did a 1 mile showdown comparing this shoe to the Vaporfly, the Takumi Sen, and the Alphafly, and this actually I had the fastest mile in this shoe, which I was really surprised about because this is really designed to go long, but it's also a very fast shoe, a very comfortable shoe. This is my favorite marathon shoe or half marathon that I've ever tried. This is a $250 shoe new. Right now it's 50% off on Adidas's website. You can get it for $125. For $125, it's a friggin' phenomenal shoe. The best racing shoe you can get for under $130. Crazy. So, amazing shoe, ridiculous price. Then we have the Prime X Strung. This is the most recent, well, not the most recent because I got a newer one right there. One of the most recent shoes that I got. But the Prime X Strung, when I first saw this, it's a $300 shoe new. That's way too much money for a running shoe. You know, I've seen it get into the 200s with the racing shoes. Technically, you could use this for races, but there's so much stack to it, and it's a little bit heavier than what you generally would want to use for a race shoe. So I really only see this being used as a marathon shoe or for long runs. It's actually fantastic for that. I've been using it for long efforts at like marathon pace. So if someone's training for a marathon, this can really save your legs. You can put a lot of miles in it. It's very durable, has that Continental rubber, a whole lot of it. I see this shoe lasting hundreds of miles, being very durable. Still has the carbon energy rods in there. The main thing with this shoe though is it's very stable. If you land on the forefoot of the shoe, the heel is a little bit narrow, a little bit unstable. So as long as you're running strong and fast and stay on your toes, it's really stable and really great. I really enjoy this shoe, but not for $300. It's too much money for a shoe that I don't really plan on racing in. I may try this for a marathon at some point, but I really am going to use it for those longer runs where I'm going a little bit faster to be comfortable. So, you know, I don't need to spend $300 on a shoe to do that kind of niche job. But right now, this is on sale for $150. So for $150, I mean, that's less than the cost of most daily trainers. I'm probably going to be able to put 500 miles in this shoe of comfort, you know, saving my legs. For $150, it's probably the best long run shoe for the money ever. So an amazing deal there. And this is one that I just picked up recently. This is the SL20.3. So all of the shoes behind me use Lightstrike Pro, which is Adidas's premium supercritical foam. This uses regular old Lightstrike. So this is their EVA based foam. This is their daily trainer, their value daily trainer. This one retails for $120. I just got it on sale for $48. I mean, that's less than the price of one shoe. Insane. So for $48, this is the best shoe of all time. I've been taking this out recently. I have 17 miles on it so far. I did kind of like a tempo run, then a shorter run, and today I just did 12 times 400-meter repeats and did about 8 miles, and it's fantastic for that. This shoe is very light. It has great grip, you know, the Continental rubber on the outsole again. This might have my favorite tongue of any shoe I've ever had. It has a light tongue. It is kind of fabric, but then when you get to the top, this whole piece is padded, and it kind of sits nicely right over the top of your foot and kind of wraps around the top of your foot there. So it sits really comfortably, and this padding in the tongue relieves all the lace pressure across the top of your foot. So it's not really thick, it's not padded, it's not heavy, but the way that they do this, it just kind of sits perfectly right where I want it to. It's padded for the laces and just feels great. So this shoe is a little bit wider in the toe box than most of the Adidas shoes. Whoops. Like you can see there with the Takumi Sen, Adidas shoes tend to run a little bit narrow. This one's a little bit more accommodating. It's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more plush in the upper. You know, there's a little bit more padding here than in the Sen, which is really, really thin. But I've been really enjoying this shoe. I was impressed with the speed I'm able to get from this. It doesn't have a plate in it, but that light strike being a little bit firmer of a rubber, a midsole compound, it has a kind of a natural pop to it. It's not super flexible, and I really can get this up to tempo paces, and it feels fantastic. I've just been wearing this shoe around. It's super comfortable. I'm gonna get a ton of miles in this for $48. Amazing. So now also on order, I have the Adios 7, which retails for $130. That's kind of a step up from this one. It's in the Adizero line, and they use Light Strike in the heel and then Light Strike Pro in the forefoot. It's a little bit lighter. That's really designed to be a racing shoe that doesn't have a carbon plate. So that one I'm going to get at Christmas, so I'll have a review of that one soon. But that shoe is normally $130. Right now it's on sale for $65. So we have basically, you know, a top-of-the-line racing shoe, a top-of-the-line max cushion shoe, a top-of-the-line tempo shoe, an excellent daily trainer, and then the Adios 7 kind of fits in between. They're all 50 to 60% off. So these are not just great values, they're all great shoes. I really am enjoying all of these shoes. Adidas is my favorite brand right now, and I'm just stacking up these amazing deals. So that's fantastic. I also recently got the Terex Speed Ultra. Adidas is generally not known for their trail shoes, but this is one that I've seen getting some really good reviews. It has a really, really thin upper, and it's a combination of Light Strike in the front and Boost in the heel. I've actually never had an Adidas shoe with Boost because I've only started wearing Adidas shoes, you know, in the last year, and most of their top models don't utilize that. But basically, a lot of the reviews of that shoe are saying it's super lightweight, super nimble, comfortable, glove-like fit. That's really what I love about the Takumi Sen here. This really wraps my foot perfectly. Adidas shoes really seem to fit me really well, and I love that the Light Strike foam is not too soft. It gives you that nice responsiveness. It's incredibly durable. Their outsoles last forever and are really grippy as well. So Adidas, hats off to you this year. I'm super impressed. And then I kind of wanted to put this video out because these sales are still going on right now. So go to Running Warehouse, go to Adidas's website, look up some of these deals. If you can get the SL 20.3 for $48, this is an amazing daily trainer. I'll probably do a full review of it soon, but for that money, it just can't be beat. I mean, I'm going to put hundreds of miles on this in comfort. It can handle faster miles, tempo runs really well. It's very comfortable. I went for the super inconspicuous fluorescent orange color, so you'll be able to see me on the roads. These are also all reflective elements, so when you shine lights on here or headlights, they really kind of light up, which is nice as well. But, you know, a lot of these shoes, I'd say basically everything here, with the exception of the Prime X, is worth it at full price because I think they're all excellent shoes and they do exactly what they're supposed to do. For me, the Prime X is just too much for such a limited use case. You know, if someone's running marathons, you know, multiple marathons a year, you're doing a lot of miles and you really need a shoe to save your legs and put a lot of long runs in, it's fantastic for that. But I don't want to spend $300 on a shoe that's just for that. But for $150, amazing. So that's all I wanted to say today. Just kind of wanted to give a quick run through of some of my favorite Adidas shoes from this year. They're my running brand of the year for, you know, these shoes behind me. And right now these deals are so fantastic. I encourage everybody, go online, find the shoe in your size, give them a try. Something else I just want to point out, I realized recently, this actually has 41 millimeters of stack in the forefoot, which is higher than the heel stack of every other shoe that I own. So this one starts out at 49.5 in the heel, which is almost 10 millimeters higher than the legal limit. But the front of the shoe is also illegal. If you compare this to the heel of the Adios Pro 3, it's higher than the heel of the Adios Pro 3. So if you want a whole lot of foam, this is the shoe for you. But basically, hats off to you, Adidas, this year. You are my running brand of the year, and go out and get those deals.